All right. Welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who have made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall, to those C suite and senior level positions. My name is Ryan Williams, and I'm having trouble talking today. As always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes
What up? What up?
and Levon Maynard.
How the hell are ya?
That's what's up. So this is the second episode. So I don't know if I should say that because I don't know if I put them in order, but I'm probably gonna put them in order. So I think we're safe. If this is the third episode, I apologize. But we have some really good content for you all week long. So please continue to tune in. Please like, share, subscribe on the YouTubes. Click that bell so that way you're notified when new content comes in. And without further ado, I passed over to Levon to talk about today's article.
Nice, awesome. So I'm just going to take a quick moment here to tell you guys about this article here from Yahoo Finance. So this is from I think it's Sybil Marcellus. She wrote an article. Goldman Sachs is investing $10 billion in the best bet you can make in America. And you may ask, what is the best bet you can make in America? So right now, according to this article, the best bet is basically Black women that are basically philanthropists that are looking to grow like businesses within America. You know, like as the article described, Goldman Sachs is committed to providing investing $10 billion in direct investment capital and $100 million in philanthropic capital over the next 10 years to advance economic opportunity in the U.S. So they are focused on like basically supporting Black women in America as they in the workforce as well as in their philanthropic. I can't say that word. In their growing their businesses. I'll say that. That's much easier for me. But they make note in the article that full-time working women tend to make 82 cents for every dollar men make. So and the pay gap widens for Black women in general. So who make like 63 cents to every dollar for each man. So what they're trying to do is close this earning gap for Black women. And they say from a study that they've done that this could generate 1.2 to 1.7 million U.S. jobs and boost the GDP by 300 billion to 450 billion annually. So this is a great initiative from this company that's investing this money, which I think is gonna be a great thing overall. The person in this article. They referenced the president and CEO of Miss Foundation for America, Teresa Younger. So she was, she obviously knows about this initiative from Goldman Sachs, and she had some thoughts on it, which I thought were very interesting. And I wanted to maybe go ahead and just read some of maybe one or two of the quotes that she put in here that I thought were pretty good. So she put in here, the oppression and suppression of Black women have had, that Black women have had in this country did not happen in 10 years. This is hundreds of years of systemic sexism and racism that has been levied against Black women in the country. So what I would hope and say to other organizations, companies, institutions that want to invest in the best bet you can make in America, which is Black women and or women of color, is that you should make that they are putting as much on the table as possible. Make sure that they're putting as much on the table as possible. So I think it's just a great thing that they're doing to trying to support, these young Black women and Black women in general, and trying to close that pay gap, as well as invest in their companies and in capital in these businesses that they're developing. Because obviously, I think that's one of the big points in America. And obviously, this article is not really IT related, and I apologize for that. It's not really a cybersecurity or IT related topic, but in a roundabout way, it can support a lot of IT initiatives that these young Black women, are pushing forward. So I think it's a great thing that's happening. I like to see what comes of it, see the growth of these companies. I like to see some stats later on down the line when this money starts rolling in for these groups and organizations to see how they're able to benefit from it. But with that, you guys have any thoughts on this project, this initiative from Goldman Sachs?
Yeah, I definitely do. So no, I appreciate the article being shared with me. This is exactly what we're, that's what the platform is for. Like it's not specifically for, like you said, cybersecurity or IT, but just in general, just the initiative itself, like the $10 billion. Uh, I think it's what 10 billion and 100 million in philanthropic. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Capital.
Philanthropic.
Philanthropic.
See,
Oh,
see, look, okay,
yeah.
that's
Look.
right.
Oh,
See,
okay.
that's
Thank
why
you,
we keep you
Shannon.
around. Yeah, somebody was punching their screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, say it right.
Say it right. Damn it, you messed it up the whole time.
But no, I think that's awesome, and I think it ultimately will trickle into our niche as well. You know what I mean? Like just the capital going in there. So regardless, like I definitely don't apologize for the article. It, I think it's a great initiative, and I think more support should be shown. I did not know it was 63 cents per dollar. That
Mhm.
is definitely eye opening. Like because and I didn't know there was such a huge disparity between other women as compared to women of color. Like there's even making even less than other races of women, which is blows my mind as well. Like should not, but just when you see the numbers, it kind of blew me. I was like, wow.
Mhm.
That's really low in comparison. So I think it's great. I also like how the commentator in the article, I forget her name, but the activist that they cited in the article was basically like, "Hey, listen, this is a great initiative," and she wasn't trying to downplay it. She's just like, 10 years is not enough. This is definitely a great stepping stone, a foot in the door." And then she says, "Who is next? Who else would jump on this initiative to keep it going?" So I think
Mhm.
that's awesome. What about you, Shannon?
So two things, right? So the first thing, at 63 cents on the dollar, that jumped out at me too, right? Like I didn't realize it was that low until I read this article. Like I knew there was a difference between females and males, but I didn't realize black females was that much lower. But this definitely is a good thing. So like my wife has an online boutique that she runs, right? So what she does is she goes out and she looks for those smaller businesses to try to, bring them in and sell their product and get the name out there and things like that. And she is noticing more and more that she's seeing more black owned and more black female owned businesses out there that they're reaching across the board to different things, right? Like it's different things like food, hair care products, clothes. She's seeing all types of different things like that, and it is apparent to her that it is expanding. You know what I mean? And those are the people she's trying to bring in. I mean, I'm not saying specifically just black owned businesses or whatever, but she looks for smaller businesses to try to help them out. And this is a good thing. This is one of those things that is going to help, right? Because when you start to think of, and again, not to get too much into the societal aspect of it, but when you see how many, whether it be single black female mothers, you know what I mean, that are out there that try to have to find something to do, like a conventional job sometimes doesn't work for them, right? When they have 2 or 3 children, and especially in this day and age with them having to, possibly homeschool their children when schools are closed or whatever, they may have to do something from home and may have to be an entrepreneur. And this helps give them that advantage to be like, okay, I can still provide for my children, watch my children, and still be a productive member of society and contribute. You know what I mean? So this is really a good thing. I like this when I saw it, Levon, when you put it out there. I was like, man, that's a good thing to know. But that 63
Yeah.
dollar I was like, man, I was
Yeah.
shocked by that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And I think it's like, and I remember this other point in the article. That's a pretty big statistic as well. According to the young lady I mentioned before, the president of the CEO of Miss Foundation for Women, Teresa Younger, she had a 2020 report on philanthropic, if I said that right, philanthropic giving to
Philanthropic.
philanthropic. Oh, I'm sorry, philanthropic. Because I want to say philanthropy, but philanthropic
Yeah.
giving to women and girls of color in the U.S. So, and they estimated that given to women, I'm sorry, that they estimated that given to women and girls of color accounts for 0.5% of the nearly 70 billion in annual givings by the foundations. So, I guess essentially, you know, as of that 2020 study, only 0.5% of the $70 billion that have been given to foundations have been given to foundations that support women and girls of color organizations. So, thought that was pretty interesting as well. I mean, you can imagine 0.5% of 70 billion is like, that's still a lot of money, but it's not like it's barely any part, piece of the pie, compared to all these other organizations that are getting, all these other foundations that are getting money. So, it's kind of goes to show that there can be more support for these organizations, for these companies that are trying to make a name for themselves and grow their businesses, or, and help these, women foundations to, support young women, people of color that need the assistance. So I figured I'd just throw that out there because that's a pretty good point in the article as well.
Yeah, that's really just a rounding error at that point. Because
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, that's a lot of money, but it's nowhere near what
Right.
should have been there. So
Right.
this is definitely a good foot in the door. Like hopefully, because I don't know how I know things have changed since late 2019, early 2020 through now. So I don't know how much in this initiative Goldman Sachs was before, but they're definitely a name, right? So they're jumping on it. I'm sure other companies with maybe as much, maybe a little bit more. Like everybody can't be a Goldman Sachs, but other people will jump on the bandwagon as well. So maybe we can have like the article you showed me before about companies coming to Atlanta, like Airbnb and things of that nature, trying to stop the community of people of color. So I think it's awesome. So it's definitely a good initiative.
Yeah.
But all right, so I think that wraps it up for this episode. So remember to please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you keep getting content throughout the week. Join the Patreon where you can get this content all at one time, set at least 7 days earlier than everyone else on free feeds, completely ad free. For those of you who are listening to it on YouTube, or I was about to say, or watching on the podcast, flip that. Watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, please continue to subscribe, share with your friends. Share with people you feel will benefit from this content, and we'll be back again tomorrow, give you even more information. So please stay tuned. Please hit up www.theothersideofthefirewall.com, where you can get to the Twitter, you can get to the Instagram, you can get to the Facebook group. You can reach us personally on our Twitters. I am Ry Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. And Levon?
You hit me up at Levon Maynard.
There it is. So appreciate your patronage, and let's keep it going.
Roger that. Take care, everybody.
Peace.